Alright, now we are going to start with the main procedures and setups needed. Okay, so the first main procedure is downloading XAMPP. I'll open this website, and this is what the interface looks like. And if I open up the XAMPP website directly, this is how it will look like. We have three categories here: Linux, Windows, and OS X, which are the operating systems available. You can choose the relevant one depending on the type of operating systems you have. Since I'm using Windows, so I will select this option and click on Start Download. So, we have started the downloading, and now let me tell you a few things. Like, what is this and why do we need it? Basically, we are installing this because the system in which we will run our website will be a personal computer. But the problem is that we can't run WordPress from our personal computer directly. We either have to purchase the domain and hosting or turn our personal computer into a local server. First of all, let's have a look at the domain and hosting. So, these are like some of the websites like Amazon who offer hosting solutions. Always keep in mind that if you want to buy a domain and hosting, you should do it from trustworthy websites. As an example, let's open Hostinger, which is a good website. I can search for domains here, like if I write Meta. You can see that it's taken. I'll now search for Meta Brains, and you can see this domain is also taken. As a result, Hostinger has automatically provided us with different alternatives and domain suggestions, and they also have some good deals and discounts. So yeah, you can basically think of any specific website name you want and search for it here to see if it's available or not. So, after having picked a domain name and hosting service, the website will officially be ready for you to use. Now, we will look at the pricing. Like here, if we select the single package, these are the things that we will be provided with. Similarly, if we select the premium or business package, these are all the things available for us. Before exploring the domains and the hosting services, we were installing XAMPP. But you may wonder, why are we even installing XAMPP? What do we need it for? Basically, since we're just using WordPress for practice and educational purposes, we don't really need to purchase the domain and pay for the hosting service. I will just be practicing WordPress in this course, and I consequently wouldn't really need a domain and a hosting service. At a later stage, if you want to work professionally and build a real website, then you can proceed with the purchase of the domain and pay for the hosting services. Purchasing a domain and a hosting service is surely easier for you if you have a clear project in mind and want to start running your website right away. Alright, so as you can see here, there is an option for WordPress in all of the three packages, and you will get to know about these three things as soon as we will move forward. So yeah, that's the main purpose of domain and hosting. Now, back to what we were doing. Why were we installing XAMPP before? Again, we were installing XAMPP so that our system turns into a local server. We basically wanted to use the software without purchasing any domain or hosting. The plugins we will use will also be free unless we want to work on a professional level. After the software is downloaded, I will also let you know about the next steps in the installation procedure. So, here in the XAMPP software has been downloaded. I'll open this. So, all these things will be installed into the software. I'll click on Next and you can see it has started installing. It's taking a little bit of time. And here we go. The software has been installed, and this is how the interface looks like. You don't have to understand these terms here if you're just getting started. If you have some coding background, you must be familiar with these terms. But if you don't, then let me give you some explanation. So, we mostly use Apache and MySQL because these help us in running the website on a local server. so I don't have to search for it again and again. Okay, so I click on Pin to Taskbar. Alright, so let me tell you one last thing before we conclude this lecture. Keep in mind that whenever we will need to run WordPress on the browser, we have to click on these start buttons, otherwise the server won't work. Since I haven't downloaded WordPress yet, I don't have to do this for now. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this lecture.